Now let's look at AI for interview prep. That is very, very important. You should use AI for interview prep, and you can say that I have an SQL interview coming up in 2 days. 2 days. Design a custom plan for me by asking me questions. Okay, what does that mean? That means that it will ask you questions that what is your current SQL proficiency. This is a very, very nice prompt. Most people will never write a prompt like this. You need to ask questions when you are writing or talking with AI. You need to have a two-way conversation. That is the best way to use AI. So design a custom plan for me by asking me questions. Once you say this, it will ask questions. Okay, what is your current SQL proficiency? What type of SQL database do you use? What is the role? And what topics you like, what specific areas, 6 7. So write these 7 things. So a lot of times when you're talking with AI, people are impatient. They only want to write one prompt and go home and think that okay, that is a good enough prompt. But you really need a two-way conversation. That's how I explain AI. And it's very, very important that you do this kind of thing. So you answer 7 questions and it will give you a proper format. Secondly, what you can do, let me show you in a new tab. You can say that give me take home web dev projects that a startup might ask. So it will give you some sort of reference. So now you have given them a reference. Okay, what kind of startup? You can also say early startups my found. I have a one-on-one with my founder. I have a conversation with a manager. I have a interview scheduled with my CTO, with the CTO. So okay, what kind of questions can they ask? So this is again very, very nice. So you see, this is a very nice take home project. A lot of companies are giving take home projects. You have to be prepared for this. They will give you a take home project. You have to complete it in 2 or 3 days. The project is complicated and then you have to reply. So this is again a very, very nice step. Now third thing is that after this you can also input the job description. You can also say here is the job description, go over this and make a custom plan for me for the interview prep, and it will give you that. So that's also very, very nice. And not only tech people, this is also valid for pretty much everyone on the market. So let's say you say marketing intern position, you know and you can say okay, here's a let's make a new chat. Here's a job description is here, and how many rounds do I have, and blah blah blah. So as much information as you give to the AI is very, very super helpful. So this is again super important. And for everybody, for all, all job seekers out there, I think it's the most important thing is that you focus on interview prep. You do a lot of revision. You practice all those behavioral rounds. That is the most important thing right now. A lot of people are missing out on behavioral rounds. A lot of people are not focusing on these HR rounds, manager rounds, introductory round, recruiter rounds, and they sort of miss the whole plot and they never get to the main interview. So it's very important that you are enthusiastic. You talk about yourself. You have a introduction planned out, and you have all awesome things to share. Anything that you've built, anything unique, awesome that you've built in the last few years, you should talk about it. Anything that you're passionate about, you should talk about it. So I'll give you one example. So one of our members, she told me that she has an interview. It did not get clear. They said no, but she was really passionate about that job, about that company specifically. Okay, that's a really niche company somewhere based, in California, and does something with computer chips. So she is very passionate about that little segment. She has done some sort of simulation engineering or something like that. So she went above and beyond. She messaged them, cold emailed them that okay, this is something that is really aligned, and maybe we should talk more. So I think a lot of people are wanting that enthusiasm back. They want that passion back, and they are craving for that passion from employees too. So make sure that you're doing that. But in interviews, you have to show that that okay, you are a little bit enthusiastic about a job. It's not just about getting a fan